Every so often, the very crucible of a championship season, it ceases to be just another Sunday afternoon spectacle and transforms into a defining moment where legends are forged and destinies are sealed. The 2026 season had been building toward this flashpoint for months, a tense, simmering narrative of escalating pressure and narrowing margins. Two drivers, two philosophies pulled clear of the field, their battle warping the sport around them. This wasn't merely about points, it was about legacy, proving who had the nerve, the skill, and the will to conquer when the stakes were absolute. Championship context, stark and unforgiving. With only a handful of races left, the points between them were almost negligible. Every qualifying session, every pit stop, every single lap now carried the immense weight of the title. One mistake could shatter a season. One moment of brilliance could tip the scales. In the garage, you could feel it. Engineers hunched over data screens, searching for thousandths of a second. Fans felt it too, holding breath with every lunge and defensive move. This weekend was the fulcrum, the moment the season would pivot or explode into chaos. At the heart of this titanic struggle, two drivers, a perfect study in contrasts, a classic duel of opposing forces. Split screen, driver A, thoughtful split screen, driver B, aggressive. Driver A, the master strategist, impossibly smooth control, thinks several moves ahead. The calm in the storm wins with his brain as much as his right foot. Subtle brilliance places the car with millimeter precision, forces rivals into mistakes with suffocating pressure. A picture of composure on board. Calm, measured inputs even in chaos. Driver B, raw speed and fearless aggression, the storm itself. Where A is a scalpel, B is a hammer. The stage for Sunday's drama was meticulously set during Saturday's qualifying session, an hour-long battle against the clock that ended with a few tantalizing surprises. Qualifying is a high-pressure shootout. The fastest driver gets pole, a huge advantage. The battle for pole was a nail-biter. In the dying seconds, driver B stitched together a near-perfect lap-snatching pole by a mere handful of thousandths of a second. The roar from his side of the garage was deafening. But the real shock wasn't at the very front. Driver A in second, the surprising midfield interloper in third. A midfield car delivered the lap of its life against all odds. It qualified third, splitting the contenders. It was a strategic nightmare, a potential choke point at the first corner. The first corner, 20 cars funnel into a space for two. With the midfield car in the mix, start calculations got complex. Would he try to hold his position? Would he be aggressive and challenge for the lead? Or would he play it safe, potentially backing up one of the main title contenders and allowing the other to escape? The strategists on the pit wall were already running new simulations, their carefully laid plans, now containing a significant, unpredictable variable. As the cars lined up on the grid under the darkening sky, the tension was palpable. The lights came on one by one. For driver B on pole, the mission was simple: get a clean start and break away. For driver A in second, the challenge was to navigate the first corner without losing a position, or, even better, to find a way to snatch the lead. For the driver in third, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. The lights went out. Tires bit into the asphalt. As the race settled into a rhythm after the frantic opening laps, the focus shifted from raw speed to the intricate game of high-speed chess that is Formula One strategy. Teams don't just send their drivers out and hope for the best. Every move is calculated. The primary pieces in this game are the tires. Soft compound tires provide incredible grip and speed, but wear out quickly. Hard compound tires are slower but more durable. Choosing when to pit and which compound to use is often the difference between winning and losing. A perfectly timed stop can leapfrog a rival without an on-track pass. The first round of pit stops played out like a well-rehearsed dance. Driver B, leading, pitted first to attempt the undercut. Driver A's team responded a lap later with a flawless stop. Further back, some teams gambled on a much longer first stint on hard tires. The strategic board was set across the circuit. Then, halfway through, the skies delivered the unexpected. Rain began to fall, a treacherous, intermittent drizzle. The wet track became slippery and unpredictable. Strategy collapsed into chaos. Do you stay out on slicks and risk spinning? Team radios crackled with urgent, panicked calls. Moments later, one frontrunner aquaplaned on standing water. The car spun and slammed into the barrier, carbon fiber shattering. The safety car was deployed, bunching the field and neutralizing gaps. That single moment erased every advantage and left the lead wide open, as the safety car peeled back into the pit lane. The race was reborn. 10 laps to go. The rain had stopped, but the track remained damp, slick patches everywhere. The tension was suffocating. Every lap felt like a lifetime, each corner a potential breaking point. Onboard cameras' heart rate spiking on telemetry. Driver A, Driver B, they traded fastest laps, cars on the absolute limit, separated by less than a second. With 3 laps to go, Driver A's team made a bold, last-ditch gamble, calling him in for a fresh set of the softest, fastest tires. The stop was lightning quick, but he rejoined the track several seconds behind his rival. It was a high-risk, high-reward play. Could he use the superior grip of his new tires to close the gap? The chase was on. He began carving massive chunks out of Driver B's lead, his car visibly more planted, more aggressive through the corners. The crowd rose to its feet. The final lap. Driver A had closed the gap. He was right on the gearbox of Driver B, a predator stalking its prey. He lunged down the inside into a slow hairpin, but Driver B defended masterfully, closing the door. He tried again on the outside through a fast sweeper, but Driver B held his line. As they rocketed towards the final chicane, Driver B seemed to have done enough. The gap was a few car lengths. It looked to be over. But then, in the braking zone for the very last corner, the unthinkable happened. In a breathtaking display of bravery and car control, Driver A threw his car down the inside from an impossible distance. It was a move born of pure desperation and sublime skill. The cars were side by side, sparks flying as their wheels made the slightest contact. For a heart-stopping moment, it looked like they would both end up in the wall. But the contact unsettled Driver B's car just enough, forcing him to run wide on the corner exit. Driver A held the tighter line, got on the power a fraction of a second earlier, and slipped through. He crossed the finish line first by less than a car length, his fist punching the air in a mixture of relief and pure ecstasy. The final 20 seconds had changed everything, a stunning victory snatched from the jaws of defeat. This race became legendary not just for the win, but for the way it was won. A story of immense stakes, profound skill, and a final, unpredictable twist that no one saw coming. If you love this, subscribe for more.